A group highlighting persecuted Christians around the world is wrapping up a week-long initiative known as Red Week. According to its latest report, oppression and persecution of Christians has increased in 75% of the countries surveyed over the past 2 years. Aid to the Church in Need supports more than 5,000 projects in around 140 countries each year, helping Christians live out their faith. Joining us now is Philipp Ozores, Secretary General for Aid to the Church in Need. Philip, great to be with you. Can you tell us more about this initiative, and also why is today Red Wednesday? Can you explain that to us?
Red Wednesday is a global initiative by the Pontifical Foundation Aid to the Church in Need. It is about raising awareness across the globe for the plight of Christians, especially persecuted Christians. The initiative consists mainly in lighting landmarks in red across the world. We're speaking of the Houses of Parliament in London, many cathedrals, monuments like Christ the King in Lisbon or even in Sao Paulo. So really a very visible initiative in order to get media attention and political, faithful attention around the world to the growing persecution against Christians in many countries, the possibility to pray for them and also to support them.
And I know that you recently presented a report on persecuted Christians around the world. Can you tell us some of the findings and also what stood out to you?
The report we present every 2 years, Persecuted and Forgotten, focusing on the persecuted Christians, is, let's say, an extract of our other more global report on religious freedom, the Religious Freedom Report. And in this report, Persecuted and Forgotten, now we focus on 24 countries where there has been persecution in the past. And these countries are mainly in Africa and Asia. And we see that, unfortunately, the persecution of Christians has increased. Many African countries now, for example, suffer a growing threat from extremist Islam. We speak of the Sahel zone, Nigeria, even countries like Mozambique, or in the Middle East, the suffering of Christians from persecution either by the state or terrorist groups is growing or is still present in countries like Syria, and even if it's improved in Iraq. And we also have many countries in Asia where a phenomenon called state authoritarian persecution is also taking place. Of course, North Korea and China are the worst cases, but also countries like India are also growingly militant against Christians.
Philip, we're almost out of time, but before I let you go, what would you like people to know about your organization, Aid to the Church in Need, and also what concerns you the most about, the situation with persecuted Christians around the world?
ACN is a global Catholic foundation funded only by donations. We say it's the mites of the widows of the world that move mountains through us. And it's about keeping the faith alive where it's most threatened, either where the church is persecuted or it's very poor. We fund more than 5,000 projects, pastoral projects for the Catholic Church around the world. So the threat is there for Christianity to be extinct in many areas, and every support is needed.
Well, Philip, thank you for speaking to us today, and thank you so much for what you and your organization do. We appreciate it. God bless you.